Welcome back. Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Maria Bartiromo, and it is Tuesday, August 4th. Your top stories right now. All right, time for the Word on Wall Street this morning. A look at what's driving markets here at home and abroad. Joining me right now is ERShares CEO Joel Shulman. Tech, of course, is on a tear. The NASDAQ closed at yet another record high yesterday as technology stocks soar amid the coronavirus pandemic. Joel, what about that? I mean, Apple, one of the composite's strongest performers, the company surged 5%, now at a market cap of $1.92 trillion, putting it very close to being the first company ever to reach $2 trillion in market value. Joel, where do you see tech going next?
Well, first of all, congrats again on your 25 years. It's an extraordinary accomplishment, and we've all enjoyed watching you these past years. When we think about tech, and we think about the big. But when we think about tech and we think about the big four, big five dominating the S&P 500, it's really a tale of two markets. We've had basically the tech up. Amazon's leading the group, the biggest group, by 68%. But it's more than just Amazon, Microsoft, and Apple. We've got Twilio, Datadog, CrowdStrike, Cloudflare, and we've got over 25 entrepreneurial companies that average more than 97% year to date. This is a broad-based move. Most of it's being focused on, the big three, the big five, the FANGs, but it's much more than just those guys. Now, when we think about tech, I think there's more room to run, and we've seen, many companies that have suffered in this COVID era, but it's been two markets, right? We've had the healthcare and tech who've really dominated in the U.S., and they've really led all markets. But I think eyes now are shifting offshore. And we're seeing, for example, even though most of the non-U.S. markets are down 10 to 15% year to date, a lot of people may not realize that last month, China, Brazil, other markets were up over 10%. And you have other markets in Europe like Germany and Israel and so forth. Sweden, they're up 5%. So the markets are starting to shift a little bit. We've seen funds flows moving in the last few weeks from U.S. large cap to offshore, non-U.S. And so I think tech in the U.S. is going to continue to dominate. We're going to see the cloud companies, dominate, and we're going to see a lot of movement in, I think, the next few weeks to offshore. And I think all eyes are going to be on the election coming up and focusing on, continued growth prior to November.
Yeah, we got a lot of catalysts on the horizon, that's for sure, with the election and the earnings period. Joel Shulman, Sean O'Hara, and Rebecca Walser, great to see you this morning for Word on Wall Street. Thanks so much, everybody.